This is a short drawing, a short video on drawing the pear. As you watch this, make sure to take some notes, pause the video, back it up to watch sections that you need clarification on, and definitely bring some questions to class. This will be a drawing with vine charcoal. It's very easy to brush off and erase. You want to use a light touch with this and use kind of an exploratory process. Don't expect to get all your lines right the first time, and be willing to continue looking and changing things as you go through the drawing. First, we want to look at the overall width of the pear, measure that using a pencil or pen, and make some marks at the top and bottom of the paper. And then make some marks, measure the height of the pear from top to bottom, measure that, and then double check those by looking at measuring the distance between the edge of the pear and the side of the square, and the top and bottom, the space surrounding the pear. When you get all those measurements, draw the lines all the way through and make a rectangle the size of the pear, and then indicate some lines for the size of the shadow. Next, we want to hold a pencil or pen up to the sides of the pear and get a general sense of the big angles, and then draw those in, and make sure to check and double check those to get them as accurate as you can, even in this early stage. Once you get the basic geometric shape, you can make a general outline of the pear and the shadow, but just keep in mind that you'll probably be changing this line a little bit as you go along, because you want to keep working the drawing. It's going to get messy, but a messy drawing means that you're actually looking and making corrections. Use active drawing techniques like turning the drawing and the photo upside down, looking at it in a mirror, and step back and look at it from a distance. And every time you use one of these active drawing techniques, ask yourself, what is one of the big things that I need to change or that can be improved? And keep doing this active drawing technique throughout the drawing, even when you get to the later stages. Next, you want to look for the place where the light, which is coming from above, stops to shine on the pear, because it's rounded, and the light doesn't shine on the lower rounded part. So make a little indication of where the light terminates, and then just draw some lines to indicate where the shading will be. The same with the shadow, and then draw some lines indicating the dark background. You can blend those in a little bit with your finger, and then start to blend them and work toward eliminating the actual outlines and just getting edges of light, dark, and different grays. When we get to this point, you can start using the compressed charcoal, which is darker. You want to just lightly rub this on its side, not draw with it like a pencil, but rub it on its side. And then if you push it in, rub it into the paper with your finger or a paper towel, it will get really dark. This is a little harder to erase, so just do a little bit at a time and continue to look at the shapes and proportions of the drawing and the relative lights and darks. Again, we want to start to work away from any outlines and just have edges of light against dark or dark against darker. And you can do this by blending areas and also using your eraser with a sharpened end to kind of redraw the light areas. Continue to work on the values and refine them, and maybe put in some indications of the textures, the details, the highlights, using the eraser to pull out those lighter areas and gently adding more dark where you need it. Continue looking at the drawing, squinting, looking at values. Try to make everything really match the photo, and don't be afraid to change the actual outlines and contours of the drawing as you get even to these later stages.